What's going on, everybody? So I've got a pretty busy day today. I've got quite a bit of office stuff to do, as you can tell. It is a complete disarray in here. I've got a bunch of work I need to get done as well. So I'm going to bust all that out this morning. And then we got a pretty packed day today. I've got a programming first thing this morning. I've got a diag around lunch. The diag is going to be kind of fun. It's a Jeep Wrangler that's got a Hemi swap in it that they're having issues with the fan. And then after that, I think I've got one or two more diags scheduled. So let's get at her.
Did you even diag today, bro?
Alright, so I just got done kind of doing a little bit of paperwork in the office and just kind of doing a little general get together this morning. And got all my equipment ready for this morning. So now I got to get all this loaded up into my truck so that way we can hit the road. Some of these packages are getting shipped off, and then the rest of this stuff is just today's workflow. Alright, so here's my current loadout as far as scan tools go. I've got my Maximus 3.0 right here. This is my Pico kit. This is my IM608 for any type of keys that I might need to use. This is my my Altel 908P. This is one of my programming computers, ATS setup, and then here's another one of my programming computers, and I've got my Pico sit on the back of that. Both the computers are from Isaac Rodell. Excellent guy to deal with. And then, of course, my camera bag. And then just some other stuff I got to throw in the truck. Alright, let's get at it. Alright, so I'm actually running probably about 20 minutes behind right now. I should have got up a little earlier. But I ended up having a bunch of orders on the website come through last night that I had to work on this morning. The first shop's probably about 30 minutes from here. So I'm going to get at it. Typically, I'm not this disarrayed in the mornings. I usually try and have the vehicles loaded up, minus any scan tools that needed to be charged. But I swapped vehicles to my truck this morning, so it kind of put me behind. But on to the first one. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so in this vehicle, we've actually had some issues where it kept resetting all the monitors. Come to find out, I think I had an improper PCM installed in it. So the shop put a PCM in it, and I'm here to program it. So once I get it all set up, I'll bring you guys back in. Alright, so that first one was kind of a bust. This vehicle has what's called a Global A module. It was a Chevy. With that, it has to be a brand new PCM for you to be able to program it because GM locks the PCM to the VIN and the security. So I tried to program it. It popped up saying that this one had already been programmed before. I still tried to force it through, but it wouldn't let me redo the security on it. So they're going to have to get another PCM from GM, and hopefully this one's a good one. Well, on to the next shop. You win some, you lose some. Alright, so I just got done at the second shop. I'll throw a couple pictures up of what it was. It was actually kind of fun. It was a 07 Wrangler that had a 5.7 out of a 15. They were having issues with getting the fan controller to operate the fan appropriately. We got that running, and then once it got up to closed loop status, it actually shut down one entire bank. So they're in the process of talking with a company where they got the PCM from to figure out what issues might be having if the company doesn't know much about it, then they're going to call me back out to give them a little bit more help. All right, let's have some more fun today. This is a 2006 Toyota 4Runner. I kind of already started it, but I figured I'd just take you guys along. I did a code scan on it, and on the code scan, it's got 2 ABS codes in it. Well, now it's got 3 because I unplugged an ABS sensor. But their complaint is ABS, VSC, traction control light all kick on at the same time. And then whenever they if the code ever goes out, what it does is it'll kind of feel like a firm pedal. So give me 1 second and I'll give you guys a peek of the codes. Alright, there's the codes right there. And the left front speed sensor or signal fault, that was actually from me clearing or unplugging the sensor just to look at the connector real quick. So first things first is I'm going to go down and look at the sensor a little bit better, and maybe even pull the sensor out to check the end of the sensor. I don't believe there's a circuit fault on this one since I unplugged it and it threw a circuit code, but you never know. Couple of things to note. Whenever I was down there, it looks like the whole front end's been replaced on it as far as like the different tie rods, and looks like maybe a new axle as well. So let's get into it and see what's going on with it. Alright, got to grab some tools. This is my current mobile setup. It's in the back of an MDX. As you can see, it's a total mess right now because I'm at this one shop doing 3 vehicles for them. So kind of a little bit disarray, but this is the last vehicle. I figured bring you guys along with it. Right now I'm just going to grab my little toolkit, pop the ABS sensor out, inspect it, and then maybe grab my bore scope and shove it into the hole and check for any debris inside of it. Give me 1 second and I'll come right back to you guys. Alright, so just a quick check up with you guys. See if you can see that. I'll take a screenshot of this. What it looks like is it's got a faulty wheel bearing, and it's actually pushing out the grease, and that grease is causing the magnetic field for the wheel speed sensor to have an issue. So next stop's just going to be to have the shop pick this thing up, verify wheel bait. The wheel bearing doesn't have any free play in it or any type of grinding. From my experience at a dealership, Toyota dealership to be exact, these body styles are known for wheel bearings going out from either grinding or just a free play movement in them. So I'll let the shop pull it in, check the wheel bearing, but I'm going to say that the reason it's got an erratic speedometer and all that other stuff is going to be because the grease is actually causing an issue in between it. But I'll let you guys get an update on it once I do. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me today. Kind of a recap and overview of everything. First car, there's ongoing issues with it. The reason we're putting a PCM in it is it keeps stating that some of the readiness monitors that need to be set are not for that vehicle, such as EGR and secondary air, and then it keeps clearing out those monitors, which makes no sense. So with that being said, I tried programming new PCM. It was having issues programming it. Long story short, the vehicle's actually just got delivered to my office, and so I'm going to do a case study on that, hopefully, unless it's just something simple that I find right away. But that should be coming up in next video or two. Then the Jeep, they actually never called me back, so I don't know if they figured out the misfire or if there was an issue with like maybe the harness for the swap that they did. And then that last shop that I went to, the 4Runner, they didn't want to put a wheel bearing in it. The main reason for putting a wheel bearing was that grease was actually getting into the ABS sensor, in between the sensor and the exciter ring, and not allowing it to make proper contact. And then on that vehicle, it also had a brand new ABS sensor in it, and it was kind of an ongoing issue where they've been going back and forth with it. But it was as you could see in that picture, it had grease and pushing out of the sealed wheel bearing into the where the ABS sensor went. So for that one, they just need a wheel bearing. Thanks for hanging out with me and going along for today. And if you guys like seeing videos like this, let me know. Like, comment, share, all that cool stuff. Let me know what type of videos you guys would like to see, and comment down below what you thought was interesting. We can have a conversation back and forth. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Always remember, you diag today, bro.